Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dwarrows. And Dwarrows is developed and published by Lithic Entertainment. It releases on August 11th of 2021. It is an adventure game, and we don't currently have a price for it yet. So Dwarrows is, like I said, an adventure game, and you start off and you can create 3 characters in this particular game, and each of them have different skills, and the goal of this game is you're going to be pulling resources, building up your town and kingdom, and searching everything in order to get through all the different areas of the game, make all the animals your friend, collecting spirits, collecting all sorts of different things, and that for that matter, crowns and stone, wood, and gold, and resources, and discovering all the different puzzles in the game, and also completing them. This game is actually pretty interesting and intuitive because there's a lot to it. It's definitely not a game that you could pick up and just play without thinking too much, because it is a pretty in-depth game. It is also a third-person, game as well, so everything you're doing is going to be in third-person mode for the most part. And you're going to have this huge map in order to, look around and try to find different things and just build it up, because there's a building aspect to the game where you just need to develop your town as well. These are not really my big, typically type of games. However, I did like the customability from this game. There's a lot of options in how you do things, and there's a lot of things that you can discover to make the game more literally builder friendly, as in that you can kind of manipulate how you want to build things. And I think they're all tied together, where it's obviously you want to do those things, but it's kind of cool how they actually make it kind of seem like you're doing it on your own, without the game actually having it predetermined, so to speak. Technically speaking, you could choose to build your town in different ways than other people could. This is a cool concept of a game. Overall, I think the game is pretty fun, actually, even though I'm not somebody who loves these games. As you can see in the video, I had a little fun and made the name of my characters in the game off of some of our Discord people, so shout out to those guys. And of course, because the game has odd achievements, I made a funny thing about Fire not wanting to play the game in the game for my town name, but overall, the game is actually pretty good. The different types of resources and things that you can collect and you have to utilize in order to build your town up is actually pretty good and useful. However, I do think some of the items do cost a little bit more than what they probably should for what you need to do, but overall the game is decently laid out in a way that you don't ever feel like you don't have something to do, or you're doing the same thing 1,000 times over. Granted, it is some of that because you are going to have to keep getting more and more resources, but overall you won't feel like that's too much of a chore based on how the game lays it out. The game has a lot of space, like I said in the game. The only real downside that I could find was that there was kind of the map is not real clear about where you are, where the town is, and everything like that. It's a little early in the game. It's a little kind of confusing, and then you can kind of go off wandering and end up in weird places without really knowing where you are. But you can always find places to pull all your characters together to kind of reorient you as well. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of these types of games typically, but this game is actually pretty well done. You can also, like I told you before, you can find friends by friending the animals in the game, and you can use, they will sometimes help you with certain aspects of the game as well. I think that as a score for the game, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's overtly pretty fun if you're into these types of city builder games or open world games. So I think that if the game comes in at $25 or less for the content that's here, most people will be pretty happy with that. Like I said, I don't know what the price is yet. And obviously, this is kind of a niche game because you have to be into these town building games. But I can definitely see this to be the type of game that a lot of people are gonna spend a lot of time optimizing characters and like town builds and things like nature in order to maximize the game itself. Um, as for the achievements, they are going to take quite a bit of time as well, because there's a lot to them. They require you to get lots of resources and have crowns and befriend all the animals and make the town a 5-star rating and all this kind of stuff. So they're not going to be super quick, but they're also not incredibly annoying either. I think I probably put 11 or so hours into the game, and I didn't get a whole lot of achievements, but that's because I was just doing a lot of exploring and trying to figure out all the different aspects of the game. So, overall, pretty enjoyable experience, especially for somebody who's not a big fan of these types of games. So, if you are a fan of these type of games, then this is probably one that you're gonna like a lot better than some of the other games in this that are similar to it. So that's pretty much all I got for this one. If you do pick it up, let us know in the comments what you think, and have a nice day, guys.